Happy Monday. Good morning, everybody. What a morning show we have already. It's actually a morning show even for me. Normally it's an afternoon show for me, but a morning show for me and pretty much the middle of the night for John Roca. So thank you for being here today, everyone. We got some stories. Minecraft. Who saw that type of opening happening? Holy moly, almost $200 million at the box office in the opening weekend domestic, 300 worldwide. That's insanity on so many different levels. What's that say? What's that mean? We'll discuss that. Jodie Comer is going to be in Star Wars. That's the rumor. The Batman there's some news with the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Snow White still falling downwards. And there was a trailer for Tron that dropped over the weekend for some odd reason. So we will discuss that and more on the show with myself and John Roca here today. Let's get into it, everybody. It's the Kristian Harloff Show. Let's do it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kristian Harloff Show on this Monday morning. John Roca, welcome to the world. It's funny. I wouldn't even fathom asking anyone else other than you if they could do 6 a.m. because I know you don't sleep a lot.
No, I need. I live on 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Right.
So, I just went to bed last night at 11, was up at 5, showered, had a nice 2-egg breakfast. I'm ready to go. This is a military man you're talking to.
100%. So I knew it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you've done it before. And then you're also going to be hosting the show on Wednesday when we have a special guest, Sean Chandler, who's going to be joining. It'll be you and Chandler on the show on Wednesday. So I think John's going to, as much as he can, going to start kind of taking over hosting duties on Wednesdays. But we have a lot of stories, that are happening in the world of movie news. And we'll discuss the first one here. So if you didn't know, Minecraft movie hit the theaters this weekend. And man, oh man, what a weekend it had. The Minecraft movie, it is. Keep on Rising is the title of this one from Dark Horizons. Yeah. The final tally for the Minecraft movie seems to be in and sits around 165 million domestic.
That's crazy.
Crazy. 310 million worldwide. The box office estimates for Jared Hess's A Minecraft Movie keep on rising. The Kool-Aid movie has been rapidly pushed into production now. Keep on rising with the title now headed for a 157 million open weekend domestically and a further 144 overseas. $301 million opening weekend worldwide. David Zaslav could be here screaming from the rooftops. The numbers have shattered records left and right. It is the biggest domestic debut of the year, trouncing the 88 million start of Captain America: Brave New World. In what world do you think, John, that we would have been in 5 years ago that a Minecraft movie overtook Marvel? Crazy. Crazy. We'll get into. Crazy. It's also the biggest debut in the history of video game adaptations, beating the 146 million that Super Mario Brothers movie pulled in. Finally, it's the biggest opening at the box office since Moana 2 back at Thanksgiving last year. Reviews have been mixed for the title, but the audience scores have been much more generous for the PG-rated fantasy comedy that appears to be pulling in all quadrants, especially younger ones, both male and female. Reports have emerged of almost riotous screenings from the film, with wild crowd reactions to the gags and plenty of applause. The film has also been cashing in on the lack of any other family fare. That's the number one thing there. Yep. That's what I tell people. If you have something for families and kids with nothing else around, and you can hit, you will hit. But also the increasing trend of successful game to film adaptations: Borderlands, Mario, Sonic, Uncharted, Five Nights at Freddy's. The FX heavy film costs are relatively economical, 150 million to produce, and so is almost certain to hit profit well before it leaves theaters. It also gives hit-starved Warner Brothers Pictures a massive success story, something it desperately needs. Statham's action thriller A Working Man came in a very distant second with 7.2 million, followed by The Chosen Last Summer Part 2 with 6.7, Snow White with 6, and The Woman in the Yard with 4.5. Finn Wolfhard's horror comedy Hell of a Summer debuted to just 1.75 million, but its tiny 3 million budget means it'll be fine. Wow, lot kind of taken here, John. Holy moly, though, because I remember when we were talking about this, and I don't know if it was you. It might have been. So you can tell me if it was or if it wasn't. But I remember saying, I think the Minecraft movie, because of that because we have the families and stuff, I think this movie could do well financially. I really think it could, because the video game and stuff too. Somebody pushed back on that and said, "Nah, I think it's going to bomb." I don't know if it was you. I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember.
No,
I can't. Your eagle-eyed listeners will find the tape if I did say that. Yeah.
You might have, but again, after seeing the movie, I was like, okay,
yeah.
Because even what's hilarious is, even my little one, the 7-year-old who gave me the thumbs down when she was watching, and I said to her, I said, "Maybe they're going to make a part 2." She goes, "Why? Wasn't that good?" I go, "So you want to see part 2?" She's like, "Yeah." You want to see part 2? She's like, "I didn't really mind all of it." She's like, "Some of it I really liked." I was like, "Well, what'd you give it a thumbs down for?" She's like, "That's how I was feeling at the time." I said, "Oh, okay." But so clearly it hit to not only to the 7-year-olds, but it hit to a lot of people who loved the video game. A lot of the game stuff went right over my head. Went over my head. But it's not targeted to me. This is what I tell people all the time. This movie hit its target demo and then some.
Yeah.
I never walked out of this saying this movie's going to bomb. Not once. Because I said, I don't get it, really.
Yeah.
But it's not. This is not targeted for me. This is targeted for the kids. This is targeted for the Minecraft hardcore fans. And it only cost, and I know 15 years ago, this was a big budget, $150 million for an almost summer movie. Warner Brothers, you don't say this recently, did a lot of things right here.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's amazing. I mean, amazing to see the reaction, because the trailers were just god awful. I just didn't like the trailers at all, and I thought for sure this one wasn't going to do well. Momoa looked completely miscast. But look, sometimes you cannot. This is what I always you realize now after years of monitoring, that you just do not know what is going to hit, what isn't going to hit, and I can't believe that the Snow White people aren't kicking themselves in the ass today, because that money was out there. If they'd made a better movie, if they'd had all these things lined up, the money was out there for them to make. What Minecraft is making is all of that Snow White money that was there possibly for them, and so. They clearly hit on a pop culture zeitgeist type of movie, and so many people gravitated to it and went back over and over again to see it this weekend, to put it at the budget that it's at. And from what I understand from a few people, I even had Geek Buddy Michael Vogel sent me a video of people reacting to certain moments. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane that the kind of people are comparing it to Avengers Endgame, which I thought was insane. So clearly they made the right move here. They got the right people involved in it. And I hope Jared Hess, who isn't known for making big blockbusters, I hope he got himself points on the movie, because he is going to now go into another stratosphere as a director to be considered for other projects going forward. So yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, I cheer for Momoa and Jack Black all the time. So I'm very happy to see them have a success with this one, but in no way did I see this coming to this extent.
Not to this extent.
It's not going to stop. This could be a billion.
I was going to say this could, if you look, it beat Mario Brothers opening weekend, and that movie made what, 1.2?
Yeah.
Something crazy. Because of the same thing. It is the only game in town for the families, and the Minecraft game was extremely popular, so people are going to be excited to see it. And the way that Mario, for me, when I saw Mario, I liked, a lot of people didn't like the Mario movie, right? And we're so I guess non-fans of Mario, right? I remember certain critics that felt kind of the same way I did about Minecraft, didn't know what was going on, didn't have references, went right over their head. I got the references in Mario, so I really enjoyed it. So I see, if you're a Minecraft fan, why this is working out the way that it is. This movie's going to keep making money, because there is nothing out there for families for quite a bit. I think, what is it, Lilo and Stitch maybe, or something?
Yeah, coming down the road. But nothing this weekend, because it's Warfare and the Amateur and Drop.
Right.
That's not the same crossover
audience.
Not at Sinners all. After that's not a crossover audience. The Accountant 2. Yeah, you're right. Nothing until probably Lilo and Stitch that's going to, and maybe Thunderbolts on May 2nd, but I think this has got a clear one.
But you can't take a 7-year-old to see Thunderbolts.
That's fair point. Yeah, exactly.
So that, if there's hey, we wanted to see something, we couldn't see anything for a little bit, but now anything's still in the theater. Yeah, that Minecraft movie, then, and because it's doing really well and more people are talking about it, more mainstream coverage on it.
Yeah,
this movie is going to continue to be a big, it's going to be juggernaut. And so as far as Jared Hess goes, I'll tell you what his next job is going to be: Minecraft 2.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? He's
Oh,
gonna be, because his relationship with Jack Black from Nacho Libre and other things that they've done. I'm sure Jack got him the not. I don't want to say he got him the gig, but I'm sure that he put in a word or talked to him about it too. Jack Black, though, man, with this Jumanji, everything else too. I mean, Jack Black's the guy you want to go to for movies like this.
I mean, he was great in Mario, right? Doing his song and everything like this.
Mario, right? Yeah. You're absolutely right. As Bowser, I mean, yeah, this is the guy they made the right phone calls. I didn't love Momoa in it.
Right. That's what I hear. He's not that great.
Well, guess what? $300 million later for worldwide, they don't give a shit what I say, and they shouldn't.
What is the Momoa thing? Like, there need to be phenomenally intelligent people who explore the Jason Momoa phenomenon.
Yeah.
Because those two Aquaman movies are dog crap, in my opinion, and they made almost $2 billion combined.
Crazy.
And you got this movie that's probably going to cross $1 billion. Like, Momoa, for whatever reason, either it's him or he finds himself in these situations where people just enjoy seeing him on screen.
You remember what The Rock used to say, dude, where he's like, box office Viagra? Momoa has taken that from him.
Yes.
Momoa has taken that. And someone said something brilliant in the comments right now, and that is Jack Black as the Kool-Aid man. 100%.
Hey,
100%. That is brilliant casting, sir. Anyway, so that is a big success for one. And look, another thing though, and I was thinking, John, I remember last year with you and I on this show, discussing the box office after Furiosa and what was the movie, the one Imaginary? What was the one that John Krasinski directed? What was it?
Isn't it?
If
the Imaginary
Friend. Yes, that one and a few others, and in May was like dismal. And we're like, what is happening with movie theaters? Are we in trouble? And then June and picked up and we were okay.
Yeah.
But April is the exact opposite this year.
Yeah.
It's almost like, because remember back in like the 2015, 2016, when the Fast movies would come out, or even Endgame or something came out in April.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, here we go. We're starting summer movie season early. Minecraft just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just did that.
Let me ask you something. Do you think this possibly saves DeLuca and Abdi? Do you think, because they're in charge of the film division, do you think that this is something that is going to give them a longer leash now, reprieve with Zaslav? Because the rumors were that he was interviewing people to replace DeLuca and Abdi. So do you think this out of nowhere success means that they'll stay on for a little bit longer? Or is this just a flash in the pan, and then we're going to see these other possible debacles coming from them with the PTA movie and The Bride next year?
Potentially is the answer to that question, right? Because there's a lot there. If Zaslav has made up his mind and has already started the process, there's nothing you can do. But what it does do for those two is now whatever new deal they want to set up for themselves. They go, well, we left and our movie Minecraft did pretty well. Guess what else? Guess what else just did really well? Sinners just crushed also. So we just had that back to back. We just had two big movies hit. And so he replaced us, but he didn't give us enough time. We did our thing. We can show you the numbers that we had. He didn't like the other stuff that we did, but we did this. And like, this is and always has been a what have you done for me lately town.
100%.
So if they get out in time and say, oh, hey, because Sinners is going to hit. Sinners is going to hit. From what I hear, it's pretty awesome.
It's already getting great reviews.
I'm going to see it Wednesday morning. That's why I can't do the show.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
That's why I can't do the show. So on Wednesday, I'm going to see it on Wednesday morning. Dude, I'm seeing 4 movies this week. I'm seeing all the ones that you mentioned. What's the Rami Malek one?
Oh, The Amateur. Yeah, I'm going
tonight.
Yeah, I'm driving up to LA tonight to see that with Shannon, take him out for his birthday and then go see the movie with him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Looks good.
The big movies that all the big releases that are coming out, or the releases that are coming out this week, I don't think there are any huge number movies, but I think it could be quality movies, right? Like Amateur is one I'm seeing. I'm seeing drop tomorrow.
Okay.
And that one I'm interested in because this is so I just finished up 1923 last night.
Yes.
It was a great finale. If you ever, I told you, you need to watch this show.
I know,
because the ending alone. I want to. There's a scene that I want to talk to you about.
Okay,
I don't want to spoil to you. Okay. There's some like coincidental things that happen. You're like, oh, that was convenient.
Right.
But that's like a lot of his stuff,
That's
right?
always,
It's always his stuff. But by the end of it, I'm like, I keep saying the same thing that I'm saying. Brendan Sklenar is a massive star. And so he is, I think this is his first movie that he's actually starring in.
Right.
This movie. So drop. So I'm curious to see how he handles it. Who's in it? Him and who else?
I forget the woman, but I love the fact that they have her being like a mom like that. You rarely see that in these kinds of movies.
Okay.
They usually go with younger
women. I know nothing about it.
Megan Fahey, who's playing the lead on this.
So I know nothing about the movie whatsoever. Okay. So I don't want to know anything. I'm just going to go into it and I'll give my out of the theater reaction on that. And then Wednesday, because I'm going in early to see Sinners, and then that night I'm going to see Warfare. So it's like four movies this week, and it's like boom, 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 boom. There's a lot of stuff coming out right now.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. And by the way, Last of Us is this weekend. Andor is next week, or 22nd rather. So it is all happening, man.
It is. Okay, I know people said this in the comment section, and I understand it, but we have to talk about it.
What's that?
I'll tell them. All right.
What did I do?
First of all, no, you didn't do anything. First of all, give me your thoughts, everyone, on what you thought about the box office with Minecraft. Where do you stand on the movie? Do you want to see it? Did you see it? If you wanted to see it, but didn't because critics, whatever it is, does this mean with the success? Are you going to go check it out? Are you going to take the kids? What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Okay, moving on. So now, as I mentioned, I know everybody's done talking about it, and I get it, but it's a story. We got to discuss it. Snow White.
Oh,
it might even fail. It might even fail to hit $100 million at the domestic box office, as John was saying earlier. This is a bad weekend. 60% drop on this movie. Disney's latest live-action remake, Snow White, now could be in danger of failing to reach the $100 million box office milestone in North America after taking in just $1.5 million on Friday.
Jesus.
Mark Cassidy says Disney's Snow White took in $1.5 million on Friday in the U.S., dropping 60% from its daily total 1 week ago. The movie is now in fourth place at the domestic box office. Video adaptation of Minecraft movie is immediately shot to number one and currently sits at $72 million, putting it in serious danger of failing to hit the 100 million milestone in North America. This would be a disastrous result for a film with a reported budget of $250 million. Snow White received mixed negative reviews from critics. It now dropped to 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, but audiences did seem to be getting a little more out of it, 71%. That said, CinemaScore recently revealed the movie earned a B+ grade, which isn't terrible by any means, but is reported the lowest ever CinemaScore for any live-action Disney remake. The studio's most recent offering, Mufasa, The Lion King, was given an A-. Last week, Variety published what may be considered to be a hit piece on Rachel Zegler, and the article definitely suggested the studio is at least partially laying the blame for Snow White's box office woes at the young actress's feet. Jonah Platt, son of Mark Platt, took to Instagram to defend his father in the wake of Variety's report that noted Platt, apparently at Disney's behest, flew to New York City in August to ask Zegler to remove a Free Palestine comment that she made on X while she was thanking Disney fans for watching the Snow White trailer. A commenter called Platt's father creepy as hell and said the producer's efforts to control Zegler's social media posts were uncalled for. You really want to do this? Platt responded to a since-deleted post. Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics in the middle of promoting the movie, for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. He continued, this is called adult responsibility and accountability, and her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in the private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. Disney Snow White is directed by Mark Webb, written by blah, 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's so much more inside of this in general, but I want to go off of something that you said earlier, John.
Okay.
And, that is that Disney completely dropped the ball in general with this movie because the audience that saw Minecraft should have been the audience that saw Snow White. You and I maybe hold a little bit different opinions of why the movie failed. But I think that regardless, we both agree that it failed. It failed miserably. And I think that the movie itself had an opportunity to make a lot. What I think that Disney did, and I saw some people agreeing with these comments, like finally, what they did, because this is the same thing that they did when Solo bombed. They said, "Oh my God, scrap the Obi-Wan movie. Nobody wants to see single movies." No, nobody wants to see bad movies.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Nobody wants to see political statements made in the middle of promotion. Nobody wants to see nonsense. People want to see good movies.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, cancel Tangled. Cancel Tangled. Nobody wants to see it."
Yeah.
If you make a good movie, because guess what? If Cinderella was lined up, if Cinderella wasn't happening, if it didn't happen when it did, and the same cast, Lily and Kenneth Branagh, and everybody was lined up, and it was the same exact movie.
Yeah,
supposed to come out and supposed to be shot. Disney would have canceled it because of this. The audience would be like, "Oh, see, we don't need it," and they never would have seen it. Because they just cancel. "Oh my God, what do we do? Cancel it, cancel it." And this is what they should do on the studio, by the way. They should absolutely do something like this, because you can make good movies. You really can make good movies out of anything. Now, it's not easy to do so. And as they use in the studio, they use Greta Gerwig and Barbie as an example, right? Yeah. You can make good movies out of anything, but it is not easy. You need the right team to do it. You need the right people. Don't give studio people credit. You need the right producers. Yeah. Seth Rogen's character in the studio is an absolute idiot, by the way. How he's in charge of the studio. I love the show, by the way. I love the show. But how is he in charge? He's afraid to do everything. He's afraid to do anything. Anyway, I digress.
But it does say something that he said a lot of studio people reached out to him wondering if that was them that was being ridiculed, which tells you how this really works behind.
It shows you how it works. They kiss the feet of celebrity. They're afraid to talk to big wig directors. You got to make moves. You got to be decisive if you're going to be in that position. And it's those people who are that really succeed, right? Yep. So it's like, okay, so you have all these different things and all these different. Okay, well, Snow White lost all this money.
Yeah,
we've dove John into exhaustion of why we both think we don't have to go down that route. As the box office itself goes, this is a major loss for Disney, and they definitely have to regroup.
Yeah, I don't think Tangled. I don't think canceling Tangled is the way to go. I think people do want to see live action versions of these. I'm going to show you the box office numbers of these live action ones that have done. I mean, even Mufasa, the sequel, made almost $800 million globally. So there is an interest in this stuff. Don't listen to the people who are crying about it on social media. It's like a small amount of people. Disney should not care about that. Disney should make these movies good. If you're going to do them well. And I think a lot of them have been done well. The Jungle Book was done well. Pete's Dragon is a good one. I like the Aladdin one. I know a lot of people don't like the Beauty and the Beast one, but I don't mind that one as well. Yeah, Little Mermaid, a little bit less so. Snow White, a little bit less so. So you've got to do better efforts in order to get people back in the theater and enjoy these live action films. I agree with you. Any political stuff is not necessary. You don't need to hang a lantern on your point of your movie. And certainly there was a point to that movie about a dictator turning people against her own people and against their own people. And so there is a commentary. Don't need to hang a lantern on it. Let it be what it is. And I'm sure there's a commentary in Minecraft. I haven't seen it. I'm going to see it tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure there's a commentary in Minecraft. So,
sure, but it's not
overt, right? It's just
not in your face. It's not in your face like any other movie.
Yeah.
And that is the point what you made before. Some of those movies, whether it's Beauty and the Beast, right, which I also like, Lion King, which is essentially but it's just a remake.
A shot-by-shot remake. Yes, agreed.
It made over $1 billion.
Yes.
And so did Beauty and the Beast. Made a lot of money, right? Yep. Because and this is the thing, I would much rather take a complaint about people saying, well, Lion King was just a remake. It was just watch the original. I'm William Bibiani for the rep. So like if that's to me, I would take that complaint all day long.
Yeah.
If I'm looking in and going, but it was a success and then some.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, we took a shot and made it so different.
Yeah.
What happened? Nobody saw it and we lost $400 million.
Right.
Stop making the movies that people love. Stop making and trying to go so you can add things to them. Cinderella again being an example. Yeah. Cinderella added stuff. Right. Yeah. I thought that Snow White added some stuff that I thought was a decent remake. There was other stuff that would change. It was gonna piss people off. I guess because I thought it was gonna be so terrible
Yeah.
that I was like, whatever. Is it good? Will I ever watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's just that's the kind of the decision making that is it was bad. They missed bad. So, but they got to hit with these other movies. Look, Thunderbolts just dropped a new trailer. I will not watch it because I don't want to know anything else about the movie.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't know it was a new trailer.
Yeah.
I think Marvel Malaysia or Marvel Indonesia. I saw that there was something here. It was a minute 47, but I was like, oh, maybe it's not a new trailer. If it is, I'm going to react to it. So I'm not going to watch it right now. But
I don't blame you. I don't want to know anything about it. I'm not even going to react to it because normally those things don't do well anyway after like the fourth or fifth trailer. So, but either way, all right. Look, box office. What do you guys think about Snow White? Should they stop making live action remakes, or should they say, look, this is just one circumstance? All right, put your comments in there. Let me know. All right, guys, you're up early, and I think one of those. I'm so excited because I get excited when I talk about Via. That's right, Via is back. I'm going to tell you about Via, and then I'm going to tell you about fast growing trees right afterwards. Let's get into it, and then we'll be right back. Oh yeah, Via is back, everybody. And I knew people were excited about that. They're like, oh, they're coming back. Are they coming back? Hell yeah, they're coming back. And they are back, ladies and gentlemen. Via. If you didn't know, you do now. All right. So I don't know if you've already tried it. And if you haven't, it's time to try it. Via now has been with us for a little bit. And 2025 is all about change, whether it is work, whether it's personal stuff, or just the daily grind. It can be hard to keep up. But when things get hectic, you don't have to go through it alone. Embrace the power of nature. Elevate your everyday with Via. It's trusted by over 500,000 customers. It is the Swiss Army knife of wellness. It's dedicated to harnessing natural benefits of hemp to create high-quality wellness products. Whether you're looking to improve your sleep, your focus, your recovery, you add a little pep to your step, you just want to get high, Via has something for you. Something from the products range from 0 to 100 milligrams of THC. Via gives you the power to blaze your own trail. Via is well-renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies. I love the sleep ones. Those are the ones that I've been just right before I go to sleep. Last night when we were watching The Brutalist, I had with the sleep THC ones, and man, slept wonderfully. So good. Talk about it with your friends. Tell people about it. If you're 21 and over, check out our link to Via's website. The link is in our description. You got to use that code Kristian for 15% off. And if you're new to Via, you get a free gift of your choice. Again, you get a free gift if you go to the Via description. And after you purchase, they're going to ask you where you found them. You tell them that we sent you. That's the most important thing, because some people have said, oh man, you know what? I got it. I didn't tell them about it. Don't do that. Tell them about us. You got it. Please. All right. And also, got to tell you guys, did you know that Fast Growing Trees is the biggest online nursery in the U.S. with thousands of different plants and over 2 million happy customers? They have all the plants your yard needs, like fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, shrubs, and so much more. Whatever plants you're interested in, Fast Growing Trees has you covered. Find the perfect fit for your climate and space. Fast Growing Trees makes it easy to get your dream yard. Order online and get your plants delivered directly to your door in just a few days without ever leaving home. Their Alive and Thrive guarantee ensures your plants arrive happy and healthy. Plus, get support from trained plant experts on call to help plan your landscape, choose the right plants, and learn how to care for them. This was something, the second it came in, and I was like, hey, they asked, do you want to learn more about Fast Growing Trees? I said, yes, this is perfect. I sent it immediately to my wife, who started ordering a bunch of things. There's apples. That's what I'm talking about, apples. And there's so many different things that my wife started putting in the yard because of Fast Growing Trees. We had 3 different really healthy plants show up to the house, and she just was over the moon. She said, don't mess this up. You got to keep them on. They're great. So we love them, and we have them in the backyard here. We're working on it in just kind of making the yard look even more beautiful than my wife originally had it. And Fast Growing Trees helps that happen. It's just so much better than having to shop around for plants in person. You can get them, order them. Yeah, people you can talk to will help you kind of any questions you have about them. it's pretty great. And because every plant that they send, it comes with instructions. They have tips to care for the new plants, and they can grow to their fullest potential. It's really amazing. This spring, they have the best deals for your yard, up to half off on select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when you use that code BIGTHING at checkout. That's an additional 15% at fastgrowingtrees.com. But you got to use that code BIGTHING at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, code BIGTHING. Perfect time to plant. Use that Big Thing code to save today. The offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply. You're going to love Fast Growing Trees. So excited to have both Via and Fast Growing Trees on the show. I mean, John, I've told you at length about Via, obviously, and it's been, even my buddy who I've been going to the gym with, he's like, those edibles, dude, the sleep ones, I don't know if you have done the gummies or anything too, but like for me,
years ago,
like I used to take them, and like sometimes I'd wake up and I'm like, whoa, it felt like my gosh, what happened? Where? Not these. I'm out. I got a great sleep. It's amazing. But Fast Growing Trees, we got a Honeycrisp apple tree, and they said it's super tall. The kid, it was adorable. The 7-year-old gave it a hug, and put it, and like now, like and you got to see it really is like grown. It's like having another kid in the house, because you have like these. We're watching it in the backyard as the green starting to come in. It's April with all the rain that's here in New York, so it's great. I highly recommend Fast Growing Trees to everybody.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So listen, we have some other stuff going on in the world of movie news, some big stuff. And I think you're going to really dig this. I don't know, John, if you've heard this story yet, but we're going to discuss it now.
Okay.
All right. So for people out there, I don't know. This is something that is interesting to me because the James Bond franchise is something that I have always been interested in. I always go and see. I'm not as big of a James Bond head as, say, like a Mike Kalinowski, but now the stuff that's going on with Bond is exciting. It's like, all right, now that Amazon has control of it, who are they going to get? Right? We were just talking about it earlier on the show. It's like, it really depends on the team. Well, I'm pretty excited about this news. Alfonso Cuar3n seems to confirm Bond 26. This is a huge win if this is indeed the case. There are recent rumors about Children of Men and Gravity director Alfonso Cuar3n taking control of the next Bond film. And apparently they have some truth to these rumors. The famed filmmaker, who hasn't helmed a feature since 2018. Why? Last year revealed he had turned down a prior chance to direct a Bond film years ago, which is likely Quantum of Solace, otherwise known as Solace. And Amazon took creative control of the franchise earlier this year. Rumors quickly emerged that the possibility was back on the table, especially once Harry Potter franchise alum David Heyman was confirmed as one of the new Bond producers alongside Amy Pascal. A few weeks ago came a report indicating writers have already been hired for the project, and Cuar3n has already met with Amazon and has a new take on the property. Cut to this weekend, and Cuar3n himself appeared at a masterclass session in Paris where he teased his discussion with Amazon MGM. Attendee Simon Robert posted the quote and indicated that Cuar3n didn't actually see the name of the franchise in his answer, but was seemingly referring to Bond when he said, "There is indeed this project under discussion, and I have the desire, if it happens, to revisit this story in my own way." Heyman and Pascal are already said to be working on the next film in the franchise, which Amazon is expected to move on sooner rather than later. John, if you're Amazon and Pascal and everybody here, do whatever is possible to make this happen, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I said this on the hot mic that they were making these moves to get rid of Broccoli and Wilson because they already had a plan in place. And no surprise that already two producers are jumping on this with David Heyman and Amy Pascal. No surprise at all that Cuar3n is in the conversation because of the connection with David Heyman. So to me, and we know this about Hollywood, Kristian, I bet all of these conversations were going on behind the scenes, like, you know, in disappearing signal chats saying like, listen, would you be interested? Maybe if we make this move, yes, possibly. All right, let's put this together. We're going to get rid of Broccoli and Wilson, and we're going to bring in Heyman and Pascal. And if we can get Cuar3n, we'll get Cuar3n. So to me, this has all been in motion. And then Jeff Bezos pulled the trigger on paying them off $1 billion to get them out of the way so he can make this happen. And look, the way you get people back excited about Bond who've been waiting and waiting and waiting is you bring on someone like Alfonso Cuar3n, you bring on two very seasoned and successful producers in David Heyman and Amy Pascal. Now it becomes who is going to be your Bond. So to me, Alfonso Cuar3n, that is a given 100%. Let's see his take. I'm in it. Loved Azkaban. Love so many of his movies. So let's go. Let's see what we're going to get. But no surprise at all that this is getting traction, man.
It's super smart. It's super smart, and it also just again brings validity to the Bond franchise, because as fans, you're gonna. The big news was, all right, Amazon's taking full control. So obviously the story is, are they going to dilute it? Are they going to make it too much? Is it going to be, who are they going to get to do it? Who's going to be their Bond? So if the first, you speak with actions.
Yeah.
And if your first action is, well, we're really taking this serious, we're getting Alfonso Cuar3n.
Yeah.
The chatter of, are they going to ruin the franchise, starts to get quieter.
Mm-hmm.
Because you now say, well, okay, well, at least they're doing that. And at least they're putting it in the same way that nobody cared about Dune.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get Denis to do it. And quickly it becomes, oh, wait a minute. They're taking this serious. And this is the same thing with Alfonso Cuar3n. He hasn't done a movie since 2018. He's clearly wanted to do a Bond at some point. He was in the conversation for the other one, or was offered and said no for some reason, said to Quantum of Solace. It just wasn't his movie, didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And so coming back to do this would be great. I'm curious to see what he would do. But you're absolutely right. Now the question will go, after you lock on Cuar3n, who is his Bond, right? So I think that I think Bond's in good hands right now. I really do.
Yeah. I think if they make, I mean, look at Cuar3n's track record. This is a good track record from A Little Princess on, from 95 on. Yeah, Great Expectations. I can see you go in and out, but Y Tu Mama También, Prisoner of Azkaban, Children of Men, Gravity, and Roma. All, whether you like them or not, all were respected and also awards consideration. And I would throw in Disclaimer, which is one of these forgotten, incredible series that came out last year on Apple TV with Cate Blanchett. That was just incredible stuff that Cuar3n was doing as a director and as a storyteller in that series. So to me, I agree with you. This is how you drown out the noise. If people are like, they're going to dilute it, they're going to do a reality show again, whatever, is you bring this kind of heavyweight action. And remember, what they said was Pascal and Heyman are only doing this film. They're not saying they're committed to do multiple films. It's just this film. So if you're auditioning for the job, you want to get a great director.
That's 100%. Yes. And because you want to, that's exactly right. And then you make the money. You're like, hey, see what we did?
Yeah.
Now, as we mentioned before, this is a what have you done for me lately town.
True.
So yes, everyone will be like, Bond is back. Hooray. And then they make a series that is essentially, She-Hulk or whatever, or something along the lines. And they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not back. Maybe Bond's not back. Maybe it was a flash in the pan, or maybe it's yeah, they're gonna do a Boba Fett series. Woohoo! So let's see what they do, and if the plan can stay strong, then Bond will be strong again.
It's great stuff.
What do you guys say? You like this? You like the fact that we can get Alfonso Cuar3n doing a Bond movie? It makes sense. Doesn't make sense. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Okay. So speaking of Star Wars, there's new rumors, and I feel like we haven't gotten like a casting rumor in Star Wars in like forever. And I think Ryan Gosling was like the last one, maybe, right? Check it out. Jodie Comer apparently is in talks for Shawn Levy's Star Wars. This is a story. Jodie Comer, Killing Eve, Free Guy, Last Duel. What was she in Free Guy?
Remember, she was the main female lead that he was going after. Right.
Stop. I'm talking to myself when I say stop it. I'm thinking of Fall Guy. Apparently, she's reportedly in talks for an undisclosed role in the new Star Wars film being directed by Deadpool and Wolverine helmer Shawn Levy at Disney and Lucasfilm. My Time to Shine Hello broke the news saying that Comer is set to join the previously announced 3-time Oscar nominee Ryan Gosling in the project, which has been in development since 2022, written by Levy and Jonathan Tropper. The project is reportedly a contained standalone film, not one connected to the Skywalker saga, but confirmed to be set after that saga's events. It is also claimed that the new film will have a significantly smaller budget than the previous Disney Star Wars films. Good. Comer briefly appeared as the biological mother of Rey in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how does that work out? and previously worked with Levy on Free. Maybe she's an alien or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's expected that the film will see Gosling's unnamed lead set to be accompanied by a younger character who is a Jedi Padawan. Kathleen Kennedy, Shawn Levy, and Jonathan Tropper will produce. Filming on this Star Wars is being earmarked to get underway in the UK earlier this year. Wow, they're really moving this one forward. I think you guys said that on the hot mic though, right? Like that it would make sense. It is. So it's going to be. So if it goes. Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be in the summer.
Yeah.
So you would assume that this is going to come out, if not in December, because they were supposed to have that Rey movie in December of 2026. That probably won't happen. So you would assume that this is probably going to come out in May of 2027.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, 100%. That Rey movie's, come on, man.
I think it'll happen, but I think that it'll also. I think Rey's going to wind up showing up in this Shawn Levy movie.
Well, that was the rumors that Shawn Levy had a maybe older Rey in his storytelling. But look, you bring in two really strong actors in Ryan Gosling and Jodie Comer. You are taking a massive step forward in the approach you're taking with the actors you want involved in this project, and also what you pointed out, the lower budget. I think that makes it all the more exciting to see what you can create. Look, and I want to see what Shawn Levy can do with this kind of project, because clearly with Deadpool and Wolverine, he knew exactly the right tone to take with that thing and made over $1 billion with Ryan Reynolds' help, of course. But this is a different approach. This feels like possibly a little more of a serious approach to Star Wars when you bring in these two fantastic actors. This is not going to be madcap fun. This is going to be a little more serious. So that makes me excited, and especially the budget being reduced, it means it's going to be more ground-based. And so that makes me excited as someone who loves Andor so much. So yeah, I'm down.
Same. I hope that by smaller budget, they mean like, 120 to 150.
Yeah.
Which is what Star Wars should play in if you're going to do a May movie. But that's the kind of decision making that you want. That's the kind of, let's do smaller budgets. Let's get good actors. Let's take it a little bit more serious, and let's get away from like the volume stuff. And I love the shot that they took at the volume in the studio. I love that. So when they do this and they have this kind of story, it does make you go, okay, well, maybe this is the movie that really gets people talking about Star Wars again. You hope, you cross your fingers, because the last movie, and it's so funny, the movie that has aged the best, at least for me, I think the movie that has aged the best out of the new era is Rogue One.
Yeah, 100%.
That has aged the best, because I remember seeing going, this is a really good movie. The more it ties into the actual original trilogy, the more that it ties into easily the best show that they have written in Andor, and the approach on how it feels like Star Wars. It just feels like that feeling of what you felt like when you first fell in love with Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I think that if they do that, and they're still waiting. Like, I still don't think there has been an incredible Star Wars movie yet. I like Rogue One a lot. I think it's a really good movie. There hasn't been a great Star Wars movie since. I mean, some will say I would call Return of the Jedi great. I mean, I still think that there's I would have preferred Wookiees over Ewoks, but I'm still going to call it great. Okay. So I would say there hasn't been a great Star Wars movie. People will argue and say that the younger generation will say Revenge of the Sith and other things too, and that's fair. I have learned to really have a full appreciation of the prequels now, being a dad and everything too, and going back and rewatching those and seeing them in different eyes. I really like the prequels, but I don't think there's been a great Star Wars movie since Return of the Jedi. I think, could this movie be the next great Star Wars? I don't know if I'd bet on it. I don't know if I'd bet on it in Vegas, but some director is out there knowing the same thing, what I just said, saying, we can take it home. We can take it home. And if we can win the championship, we'll be on that pedestal forever.
I think the task is, can we get people excited about Star Wars again, and theatrically? And I think that's the bar, right? It'd be great if it's one of these greatest Star Wars films ever made type of thing. I hope it'd be awesome if it hit that. But I think their goal, the bar should absolutely be, we should make a damn good movie that people will get excited about us theatrically going forward, what we're going to create. And so I think that's really the thing they need to hit. And hopefully they have the right combination with the writers, actors, and director here to make that happen. Because, I mean, you don't want Star Wars to be on a downturn. You don't want people to be creating whole movements against Star Wars. You want it to do well. It's an uplifting a series of films that you can always go back to when you're in a down place and can inspire you. So you want more things to add to that appeal to the mainstream Star Wars fans. So hopefully that's what they do here. But yeah, getting people excited again, that should be the main goal.
You know? It is. And they're going to do that. Look, you can do that in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
You can do it with a director announcement, as we talked about with Cuar3n.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that Shawn Levy is going to get that kind of, oh, they got Shawn Levy, oh my God, it's going to be great Star Wars.
Right.
Not the same conversation. He's a guy who just made a lot of money. Can he do it without Ryan Reynolds? I like a lot of Shawn Levy. I love Real Steel. Real Steel. And I hope that we have that kind of emotion in the new Star Wars movie. But his name alone doesn't get you too excited. It gets you curious.
Right.
Ryan Gosling starts to get you excited.
Yes.
And you go, okay, Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie. I'm interested. What else you got? And then you start putting quality people. Like Jodie Comer is a perfect example, I think, of really good casting because she doesn't break your bank. And you get a really good actress in the process.
Yeah.
Start to pepper this movie with that type of caliber. I like that person a lot. Are they expensive? Not right now. They will be after this movie. Like, we're going to make them expensive, but they're not expensive for us. That's really good. And then the way you really get people is that first trailer.
Yeah.
People with that first teaser, and you go, okay, now I know what you're going for. But if it comes in, you're going, same old shit. Looks exactly the same. Okay, here we go. And then Shawn Levy doesn't seem to me as someone who's going to have a message film. He's making a movie.
Yeah.
Star Wars does not need another message film. It does not need another message television show. It needs a movie.
The message is already inherent in the franchise. Yeah,
100%. It's already there.
Yeah,
it's already there. Joe's won't beat. Even to rephrase it, you should just don't beat us over the head with the message.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Well, I asked you guys about this casting. Do you like the fact that Jodie Comer is being rumored for this role? Do you think she's right for Star Wars? Do you want to see her in Star Wars? Do you want to see this movie, or are you just done with it overall? Put your comments in there. Tell me what you think. John, currently, we stand at 18 questions. It's early in the morning. We hope that we can get you to at least 100 today, so you can start the week off, because you deserve it. Waking up this early, you deserve it.
Come on.
The fact that we even have almost 800 people watching at this early in the morning is a testament to the wonderful fans out there too. So the way we do it is we have the super chats come in at the end of the show, and we address them if you want to throw them in there. And the host that gets the most by the end of the week gets a little bit of a bonus. So help John out. John's going to be here twice this week. And we are going to see if we can get him to the top here. All right. The other one that I wanted to discuss, maybe this will be the last one of the morning. And that is over the weekend, John.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was the Thunderbolts trailer that dropped today. There's a new Mission Impossible trailer that dropped today.
Yeah.
But over the weekend, they dropped the new Tron trailer.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I reacted to it. It's doing nicely for my channel. Very big surprise.
I didn't touch it because because not for only other reason except why are they dropping this movie on this trailer on a weekend? Why are they doing this? The first trailer for the highly anticipated Tron series has been released and follows in the wake of a 5-minute sneak peek that was shown at CinemaCon, shot in Vancouver throughout the first half of 2024. Let's see. Hold on. Stop this. By filmmaker Joachim Roning, who did Kon-Tiki, Young Women in the Sea, and co-written by Jesse Whittagow, Daredevil Born Again, and Jack Thorne. The story follows a highly sophisticated program named Ares, who's Jared Leto, who is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission, making humankind's first encounter with AI beings. Gillian Anderson, Jodie Turner-Smith, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Hassan Minhaj, and Cameron Monaghan co-star in the film, which is a 9 Inch Nails composing the score. Production reportedly went quite smoothly. The film follows on from Joseph Kosinski's Tron Legacy, the 2010 release sequel from the original 1982 film. Legacy pulled in $409 million from a $170 million budget and has become something of a cult film. Much appreciation of the film's score and visual style production design. This goes back to the previous story.
Okay.
That cast that I just read you.
Yeah.
Great cast. Yeah. Not that expensive.
No, true.
It seems, knocking on wood, it seems that there's a new thing that the studios are trying to do.
Yeah.
And they're going, hey, maybe we don't need to spend $500 million on a movie to make one that's going to make $100 million. Clearly Doomsday is going to probably be the most expensive movie of all time. As those are different animals, but just stand like a movie like this 5 years ago would have cost $200 million, $250 million. And it's like, why? So did you like, I didn't watch the trailer because usually what happens if I miss it for the reaction, I stay away from the trailer because I don't want to know anything about it. I'm just going to go into it. When does this come out?
Next year? Good question. Let me see. It's this week, this year. I know that.
Is it this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this year. Let me see. I'm looking right now. Yeah. October 10th. Yeah,
October 10th. What an interesting release date.
Yeah. I think so. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That trailer was amazing.
Was it?
It does not look like Tron Legacy in terms of its approach. This one has a much more serious tone, a much more grounded tone. You've got actress like Greta Lee there, very highly focused on in the trailer. Jared Leto comes into the trailer eventually, but you've got a nice combination of actors in this one. And I like Joaquin Roning as a director, but it feels like he's leveling up with this trailer and the energy of this trailer because you're getting Tron now going into the real world. That Tron world is now crossing over into the real world. What does it mean? It had Matrix vibes. It had Blade Runner 2049 vibes with Gillian Anderson essentially playing probably the Robin Wright type of character. So there was a lot of this that worked so well for me. And I think the trailer has like almost 8 million views already. And they wanted to own the weekend. So it's not a, it's a franchise that those of us who love it, we love it, but it's not like a big pop culture crossing over Star Wars type of franchise. So I think people liked Tron Legacy, but I think people want to see a really great film. And this feels like it might be a really great Tron film.
Tron Legacy was also ambitious, right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
They were doing deep fake back in 2010?
Yeah.
So and it was cool looking, but so noticeable. The Jeff Bridges, it was, it just did, especially now when you go back and look at it, just doesn't look great. Yeah. So to see what they're going to do, is Jeff Bridges in this?
Yeah. Yes, he does. He's in it. He presented it at CinemaCon with Jared Leto.
Okay, so it's not a spoiler, obviously. So he's in it. Is what's his face? Garrett Hedlund.
There's no mention of Garrett Hedlund or Olivia Wilde, and some people are speculating that there might be retconning.
Oh, retconning. Okay. Bit, so, I would like to go back and watch. I think that before. I think what I'm going to do. I haven't seen Tron Legacy. I don't even know when watching the first one. I don't know if the first one is not a great movie. It's not.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's like you said, a cult classic, but it's not a good movie.
Wow.
The second movie, I remember liking the second movie. Yeah. But the Daft Punk score was amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen it since I saw it in the theater dude, that movie it shows you how long Ellis and I were doing this. It was one of our first screenings.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, 2010, right? Is when that movie came out, or was it 11? 2010. So yeah, we saw that movie. That was one of our first screenings. Our first screening that we ever saw I said first press screening. Yeah. First press screening we ever saw together that we got approved for, that we couldn't believe that we got in, was True Grit.
Oh yeah, the Coen brothers one.
Remember us cutting in? We were so excited. We're like, oh my god, they actually accepted us. What are we doing here? We looked over, we saw Leonard Maltin. We're like, we don't belong here. It was hilarious. Anyway, so this is interesting, and I hope that it does well. And I love. Apparently, it's October 1st is when the movie comes out. So they said.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. I have October 10th on Wikipedia, but
whatever. Either way,
I want to go toe to toe with this, for God's sake. No,
it's interesting that it comes out at this time, and I feel like that's when Legacy came out in that October span.
Yeah, I'm looking at Legacy right now. It came out on December 17th in the US.
Okay, that would make sense because if it was October, then I would have been wrong because I think True Grit came out November, whenever that came out. And then, so Tron was one of the first press screenings that Mark and I saw. So either way, this is interesting. I'm curious about it. I'm glad that it's getting the buzz that it's getting, but I don't know if I'm going to watch any trailers until the movie comes out because I really like going in blind now because they just give so much crap away.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you think about Tron? Did you watch the trailer? And as I said earlier with Star Wars, were you like, okay, they're doing another Tron movie, but then you saw the trailer and you're like, I'm in. Yeah. I am in. I wasn't in beforehand. I was curious, but I am in. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know exactly what you think. Okay, before we move on, because we're going to get to your questions here in a moment, I want to tell you guys I've talked to you about Factor. It is so good for you and it's such a good meal plan when you're in a pinch also. And I've been in a pinch for when I need to get back from the gym, and I'm just about to start the show. So I'll tell you about Factor. Check it out. I'll tell you about it. And that, of course, it's time for Factor. Factor is great because if you want to optimize your nutrition this year, Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating, well, easy. They're dietitian approved. They're ready to heat in 2 minutes so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. I can tell you right now, for me, I got some in the fridge. As soon as I'm done with this, I am fueling up. I'm going to be eating Factor. You got over 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals that are tailored to your goals. It can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. Reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. I love it. That chicken one right there, they sent that, and the chicken is so fresh, it's tasty, absolutely enjoy it. And there's even one called Nona's like lasagna. Thought of my mom right away. It was really good. You got to eat smart with Factor. You get started at factormeals.com/Kristian50off. Use that code Kristian50off. You get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That is the code Kristian50off at factormeals.com/Kristian50off. You get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's Factor. Happy to have Factor back. Love Factor, and you guys should too. If you haven't tried it, you really should try it. And as I've mentioned to you many times over, you want to help the show out, that's how you do it. You get yourself something wonderful like Factor. Yeah. John, you're here early in the morning. I saw some people saying, "Oh, you should go early every day." It's like, can you imagine trying to get Winston and Coy up at 6 o'clock in the morning, or trying to get Mike Kalinowski? Well, Mike's usually just up, probably screaming at 12-year-olds and playing video games, so he's probably up anyway. But yeah, it's not realistic. The best time for us to do it is again 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's our normal time. I had to do today because for a lot of different reasons. I got the screening tonight, but I'm also because Sam's coming in today at 2 p.m. is the only time she's available before she goes away for a little bit. We're doing the Loki reactions now, so I needed to knock those out. So John was very generous with his time and able to do it. So that's why we're going early here today. Speaking of John's time, you want to see where he spends the majority of the time. It's on his YouTube channel. John, before we get to the questions, tell them about where they can find you.
Come on, head on over to youtube.com/John Rocha Says. That's the Outlaw Nation. We're hanging out doing a lot of things here this week. Certainly, I'll have a Mission Impossible 8 trailer reaction. I'll shoot right after we're done with our show here. There's a new trailer for Thunderbolts, and there's a new Wes Anderson trailer. So my channel is probably going to be full of trailers today. And then heading off to see The Amateur tonight, as Chris and I talked about. So I'll be doing an out-of-theater reaction with my buddy Shannon for that one as well tonight. But yeah, a lot happening with the Geek Buddies, with the Hot Mic, and certainly we're around the corner from Andor and Last of Us coming out. So we're going to do a lot of reviews on that, reactions over there. And of course, the Hot Mic, A Jedi Way, everything going on there. And Spill the Tequila making a comeback here very soon. So head on over there, youtube.com/John Rocha Says. Get me to 50,000 people. Come on.
Do it. Let the English see you do it. All right.
See you do it.
All right, so let's start here. First question, the early morning goes to Jordan McIntyre. I went to the Last of Us Season 2 premiere in Sydney last week. I can't say much about, but episode 1 is fantastic. It looks so good on the big screen. I'm sure it did. I'm so excited for that show starting out this weekend. We'll be doing reactions on the channel for that, for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad you got a chance to check that out. Okay, next question's coming in from Mustafa Agin. Surely Priscilla shows up in Naked 2025. I would hope so. I would hope so because now if I hadn't seen the trailer, I'd say probably not. She probably don't want to do it, but it's a sequel. It's not a remake. It's a sequel.
He's the son. He's playing his son. So
dude, we haven't talked about that trailer. Did you, dude? It was hilarious. Yeah. I was looking forward to that movie in general, but now I'm really looking forward to that movie.
I was not in any way, shape, or form thinking we needed another one of these. But I mean, as Jeff said on the Hot Mic, like comedy, people are desperate for comedy. And this was 1 minute and a perfect 1 minute. And Liam Neeson is the perfect guy to be taken over now, because
So good.
people forget Leslie Nielsen was a very serious actor.
He sure was.
Or he did Airplane and then found himself into the Police Squad stuff. It's the same thing here with Liam. So I think this looks so much fun. Like so much
A great actor is a great actor, can
Yeah.
do everything. And Liam Neeson clearly has shown, whether it's Ted and then Million Ways to Die in the West, Lego Movie, he can do comedy. He can do comedy. And the way that they started it off, I'm so excited to see it. But as far as Priscilla showing up, I think she'll show up. But it'd be his mom, right?
Yeah, be his mom.
So it'd be great to have one scene with them. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Hank Pym, Yeet, thought on Tiffany Times promo on Flair. All right. That was insane, right? It's like, so I love promos like that, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, Charlotte Flair and Tiffany are going after each other, and the rumor is, and John might have more insight on it, that they went completely off script and started really taking personal shots at one another.
Yes.
A la Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels back in the day. And other countless amount of people made it more real. Now for Schmodown, I always bit my nails when John would do a promo on somebody like that, because a lot of people didn't understand that this was kind of what the business was. And we weren't paying these people the kind of money that WWE stars are paying. So you can say, quiet, you're getting a check, just deal with it. Right. So there is a way. The one thing I will say about this promo is that people are actually talking about this match now.
It's true. It's true, because there have been the lead up to the match has been a bit clumsy and awkward, and the promos haven't been that great. And Charlotte Flair ate her up in the Zoom promo from a couple of weeks ago. So Tiffany clearly was told to go out there and do what you got to do to go back and forth with her. But she went off script, and Charlotte went off script, and Charlotte let the audience affect her. And I don't know, man. This is getting a little too real, and it feels like there's a lot going on with Charlotte Flair that I don't think she should be in a wrestling ring right now. And Tiffy making a joke about her divorces, this is clearly not being talked about ahead of time. And, in retrospect, as Kristian pointed out, when I look back on my career in the Schmodown, there's some stuff I said about people's personal lives and or personal appearances, and I shouldn't have said that stuff because I didn't get that approved by them. And it seems to me this is what's going on here as well, that you're seeing that neither one of them is like approving their stuff with the other one. So it's making them go deeper into their personal attacks. And I think Charlotte Flair is someone who seems a little bit right now unstable with the divorce and with all the reaction. People were not happy to see her back. I think it's a difficult time right now. So they should be working together, not against each other. But like you said, people are talking about it, not for the right reasons, but people are talking about it.
Well, but aren't you interested to see how this match is going to play now?
Yes. Well, yes. Interested. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
by the way, there's no apology for PLD. He deserves everything I say to him. So he can shut his fat ass up.
Come on. You had
I'm a fat guy. I can make fun of fat guys.
You had it up at the end. John Bean, VOD, first super chat in a while. Thank you, John. Early start on the show today. Not too bad for us in UK at 2 p.m. Love the show, guys. Part of my daily routine. I'm glad that you did. Yeah. So every once in a while, we're gonna get the and by the way, PLD lost a lot of weight recently.
Congratulations, PLD. All right, then it's dumbass. I'll say it's dumbass because you can't get intelligence.
PLD lost a lot of weight. So anyway, this will happen every once in a while. Like if I reach out to John and I'm like, hey, listen, I have a thing that I need to do here today, or Sam needs to come in or anything too. Are you able to do it? When you're going to see it is on Mondays. That's when you're going to see it. But Wednesday's a normal show, and I'm really excited to see both because John's never met Sean Chandler before.
No,
so
I've met him once, but I've never worked with him. So I'm excited to work with him because I like his channel.
He's a good dude. He was in town in LA when I was there, and he reached out and he came into studio and we talked for about, I think we did, I don't know if it was a summer movie preview or fall. I can't remember. We did something, but we talked for a while. He's just a really nice guy. Yeah, and you'll enjoy talking to him. I'm
excited.
Guy. Yeah. Al Rensha, thoughts on the idiotic scenes in certain Minecraft screenings. It didn't affect box office, but no place for that behavior and zero respect for others. I don't think I know what he's talking about. Do you?
I think the reaction. I think he's talking about the reactions that people had to certain people showing up, certain spoilers in the film or cameos in the film. So
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, but there is place for that behavior. It was called the Marvel Universe. And so,
Yeah.
like people are excited to see this stuff and they're going to react. We're in a different society now where people react to this stuff. And I guarantee you, Warner Brothers doesn't give one crap.
They're getting more publicity on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nathan Drake, which movie studios owns Fortnite? They better fast track that project now. Seems like a money printing machine. There's not a project that has a big IP right now that isn't actively talking about a movie at some capacity. I can guarantee you that Fortnite has been talking about a movie probably from the second it was on the shelf. Like that's what these people do as the studios. There are people who are literally in charge of what's out there right now, what books are out there, what games are out there, what can we buy, what isn't bought, what can we do, what's popular right now, buy it. That's how it works at the studios. Fortnite is definitely owned by somebody, a studio already, and they're probably already trying to make a movie.
I imagine so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hank Pym, release this weekend that you're most interested to see. Warfare, Amateur, or Drop. Also, favorite 2025 movies you've seen so far. For me, it's Hard Eyes. I don't have a favorite 2025 yet because I haven't seen a lot of great stuff yet, to be honest with you. So I don't know yet, but I feel like one of those movies I'm about to see that you mentioned just now, Hank, will be that top movie. I'm excited to see Amateur. We've gotten a lot of buzz on it. I like Rami Malek a lot. That's my tonight screening. I'm really excited to see Drop because I want to see what Brendan Scanor can do as he's the main lead? Or is it the girl?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of them that are a part of this. Will Poulter is in it, so there's a lot of people.
We'll see. I thought that it was his first starring gig, so I was curious to see it, but I don't know anything about the movie, but it could be something I'm interested in seeing. Yeah. Warfare is another one I'm hearing great things about. So to the first part of it, what am I most interested to see? Right now, I'm going to say Amateur. Okay. I don't know if that'll be the number one out of the three of those. Also, favorite 2025 movie you've seen so far. For me, I don't even know what I've seen so far that I really like. What did I like so far? I haven't really liked anything that I've seen so far that has been. Yeah, I don't even know what what have we seen that's come out that's been good?
A Working Man, Black Bag.
Oh, Working Man. There you go. I didn't see Black Bag. Working Man would probably be my favorite right now. Yeah, that was the one I had the most fun with in the theaters. That I didn't regret going to the movie into the city to go see. I just saw that last week and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wasn't
it fun?
It was so much fun. It's about 10 minutes too long, but you forgive it because you're having fun with the other minutes that the film delivers. So yeah, I think it's.
I want David Ayer and Statham to make movies for as long as they can.
I agree, 100%. Make it happen.
They both found their stride. Yeah. Mustafa Agin, when are you boys coming to Australia? Have you ever considered moving to another country? And fun one, if you're forced to move, where? Canada is too easy. You can't choose Canada. I wouldn't choose Canada, actually. You know what's funny? During the pandemic, do you know that my wife and I seriously looked into New Zealand?
The Lady Outlaw lived in New Zealand for 2 years.
She loved it, right?
The exact same thing. During the pandemic, we were looking at how long it would take us to get citizenship, but it depends on jobs and whatever in the workforce. So that would be the thing. But we could probably do this from New Zealand. So
yeah, this we could definitely do, because there's other places that my wife had brought up that we had discussed at one point about moving to, but it's a matter of screenings and accessibility and things for my work or what makes more sense. I actually think what's funny is if I would have known what I know now, I probably would have moved to New York 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, fair point.
So it's like, because I feel like this is the most fun I've had doing it. Starting the channel, this channel has been the most fun I've ever had doing it. It's been the most relaxed I've ever been doing it and everything too. So I don't know, but as far as moving, New Zealand, I'd still be very interested in doing. Or look, I always wanted to live in. If I had enough cash, Maui would be interesting too.
Oh yeah, mine would be London if I had enough cash. Okay. And Wales. Lindley has a love for Wales, so those would be the three with New Zealand. Yeah.
Nathan Drake, Kristian, did you see that Sly co-wrote Working Man? Sure did. It was one of the first things I noticed. My buddy who I took John Pinto, who I talk about on the show, and he's like, Stallone wrote this, and I was like, I didn't know that either. I was like, that's great.
It's the second one. Yeah, I think he also wrote Homefront for Statham. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. Jesse D, I very rarely get to watch live. Support and much love from South Australia. Can't wait for Tron's Aries. The 9 Inch Nails soundtrack is going to be incredible. I bet you will be incredible. I love 9 Inch Nails. Love them. But I am bummed that they didn't get Daft Punk back.
I think it's a different movie. I think where they want to go with this one is more darker, Okay.
That's fair. I haven't seen the trailer, so I don't know. Andre, Minecraft looks so bad, but you have been seeing these videos online. Teens are flooding the theaters and losing in every meme joke. It's insane. I really do. I think that he makes a great point, dude. Like, this is something like my oldest wanted to see this movie.
Yeah.
But she wanted to see because she wanted to see how bad it was going to be because she loves Minecraft. She's like, I can't believe it's going to be. She didn't like the trailers. But after all this stuff that's going on, I feel like my oldest is going to wind up liking this. I think there's going to be a lot of references and stuff that all the references my 7-year-old and I missed, I think she would have got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
100%.
So I'm very curious to see what she thinks when she sees it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one right now, John, at 32. Not bad. Good little comeback. Good little comeback. Carlton Rutter, London calling. What's up, Carlton? I did not see Minecraft, but my son did. He's a hardcore Minecraft player, and he really enjoyed the movie. Great audience for once, which was packed. That's my point. I'm telling you, dude. Minecraft people, if you get the Minecraft audience, you win.
Yeah, 100%.
You win. 100%. If you get the hardcore fans who love the game, who gives a crap what you and I think?
Right.
You've gotten the fans.
Yeah.
It's when the fans aren't on board, that's when you have problems. Yeah. Nathan Drake, have they greenlit a Princess and Frog live action? If they did, they're probably not going to do it now.
No, there was a Tiana series and they canceled it. So yeah,
live action.
I think it was live action. So
really, interesting. And they cancel. Yeah, they're absolutely getting gun shy for sure. Okay, thank you, Nathan. Again, 32 here with about 50 minutes left if you want to keep it on. Sean McCabe, Kristian, Roca, happy Monday, guys. Thank you, Sean. My son told me he wants to wait to rent Minecraft. Going to catch Warfare on Friday with Melanie. Looking forward to it. Well, I'll let you know, Sean, on Wednesday night what I think. My out of the theater reactions will be for all three of those. And I got one of those and we have the Amazon list that we have, and wonderful fans got the Rode microphone for me, so I can now I don't have to use the phone audio. So people who are always complaining about get a microphone for the phone, I got one. I'll be using them for the next couple of nights. Okay. Cobalt Swordsman, remember Mulan remake not using the music again? That was another mistake,
right? That wasn't a great movie either. So
it wasn't, but it wasn't a great movie because they strayed so away from the original.
Yeah.
If you know you have something that people love, add a little bit to it, but keep the stuff that they love.
Yeah.
Don't get rid of it completely. No, but until Cobalt brought up the Mulan remake, I wouldn't even remember that it existed.
Right. Same.
When was the last time you brought up that movie?
Yeah, no, not at all. They were
not even examples of movies that didn't work.
Yeah.
You don't even bring that movie up.
Yeah.
And but to be fair to that movie also, it was right. That was like the height of the start of the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
They didn't get a release. They didn't know what they were doing with it.
It still wasn't a good movie though. And that's
I know.
at the end of the day. Man.
Yes. Austin B, not too surprised by Minecraft's success. Like you said, no competition, easy sell to the families. I'm sure my cousin's already planning to take her kids to get them out of the house. That's it. The previous comment hit it with it was right for the fans. The Minecraft fans loved it, and families are taking their kids to see it.
Yeah.
You have hit the lottery.
Yep.
Okay, next one. Let's see. That one is coming in again, John. We're at 34. Not bad so far on a Monday morning here. 1:13 is the show has been so far. About an hour and 13 minutes. Not bad. Okay, Jake. Interesting how you've seen the first two and/or eps, Kristian, and not three. Given the first two is 2 out of 3 of the first arc, must have felt incomplete. Felt very incomplete. I have just found no time to get to it, and that's my point. Is what I have to try to find is I got to try to find time to watch. I got to watch Daredevil episode 7 or 8, right? I got to watch 8 today.
This week.
Yeah, I got to try to figure out how to watch 8 today. And then I got to see if I got to get my hands on The Last of Us once, and then check. Did you get those yet?
I don't have a Warner Brothers contact. I shook the tree with the film people, but I don't know if I'll get some emails today with contacts. So
I got to try to get those. But yes, it felt incomplete, but I'm going to finish it soon. Kingsport Cal, love seeing Roke on here twice a week. Yeah, you probably see it more often now because, like I said, he's going to take over on. We're not. It's not like we know he's going to be here Wednesday, but if he's available on Wednesdays, then it's going to happen because it's easy. It's good for me to take one day to get everything else done to do exactly what the previous one said. What last week when John was hosting, with Jeff, I was doing reactions and I was doing videos and I was like in the middle of doing stuff. So it helps me get more done on the channel.
Yeah.
Doug Developer, what are some of your favorite clean PG rated movies and TV shows that make you guys laugh the hardest? I always felt clean comedy is harder to pull off. Hot Shots, first Hot Shots.
Oh yeah, great reference.
Hilarious, dude. So underrated. Lloyd Bridges is and talking about a serious actor doing comedy. He was so good in that role. What I wouldn't give to be 20 years younger and a woman. It's the best, that movie.
I picked up at the wrong time to stop snorting glue.
That's from my airplane, but yes.
The Paddington films, I think those are good PG rated comedies, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I guess Hot Shots is PG-13. I guess so.
Big is a good PG clean.
Great. That's
comedy,
true.
right?
That's true.
So Home Alone.
Those are good ones. Okay. Yeah. Home Alone's another one too. Austin B. Finally watched Juror #2 last night. I really enjoyed it. It was in my top 10 last year. Holt had me locked in the whole time. Really hope Superman makes him more of a household name. I think it will. I think he's going to steal the show. I think he's going to steal the show.
Yeah. Seems like
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, with the ending of it, certainly pissed off Lily the Outlaw because she served on juries, and so the way it ended, she was not happy. But we liked it. It was a good movie. I liked it too. Yeah.
I liked just speaking of the Superman stuff. I did what you and Mike do, and I was mad at myself on Twitter. I couldn't take it. It was a stupid comment that I had to address. This is moron. He was just like, he's like, because I said the thing when I was watching the Superman footage. You know, Superman is my most anticipated movie of the year. I've said nothing but amazing things, but I give the criticism that I got to see how the dog thing plays out. Like right now, I don't have enough context in it. I don't have enough context to say like how horrible it looks, because I don't think it looks horrible. I think it's a goofy dog that they're probably going to set up that he's not well behaved and other things in the beginning of the movie, so that when you get to it, it's like, okay, there's context that you know that's exactly what he's going to do, right? It's the first time I'm seeing it, so I was like, oh, it could be a little goofy. We'll have to see. And this asshole face bag was like up on Twitter and just like, oh, there's these good boomers that don't understand it, and he's a DC hater. I'm like, you stupid, dumb half-bred. It just drove me crazy. And I was like, and I said, I don't like to respond to comments like this, but I have to. This is a very dumb comment.
Yeah.
And I just gave up and I stopped and I took myself away from it. I don't ever respond, but it just got me. It's like Superman is becoming one of those movies already.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the same as if you think it looks good, then you are a DC James Gunn apologist, and you're not, and the Snyder crew hates you. But if you think that there's a part of it doesn't look good, then you're a DC hater and you're part of the it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right in the ass.
Yeah. Like I posted, man, people were like, you're not a dog lover. You don't know about dogs. You what do you mean you didn't like it? Like, you should never own a dog ever. There's so many toxic comments on
it's so dumb.
And all I said was, I don't know if I 100% buy it. I didn't even go, fuck this dog or screw crypto or this is dumb. I just like, I don't know. I think he would sense that his master was hurt. That's all I said, and people lost their minds.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah. The gun cult is getting close to being as bad as the Snyder Bros. The Gun Bros and Snyder Bros, they are Snyder's way ahead of the Snyder Bros, but like the Gun Bros are catching up quickly.
But even so, do your research. Do your research. I put this on my #1 list. Superman's my favorite superhero of all time. I can't wait to see it. I am so hyped for this movie. Beyond belief. Do your research. Moron. Al Rencha. I like Tron Legacy, and that soundtrack was fire.
Hell yeah.
I love that Daft Punk stuff. I really did. I still listen to it on my phone. GoPal, I accidentally found this line. Support. Hey, didn't you get a notification?
Yeah,
YouTube,
hit the bell.
YouTube's silly. Top Dog RLG. Thunderbolts is going to be a hit, in my opinion. Thoughts? I hope so. I hope it overperforms, because what was Minecraft tracking at opening weekend?
50 to 55.
Tracking 50 to 55.
And then the numbers went up just the days before, but it was tracking about 50 to 65 initially, and then
plus 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That never happens.
Yeah.
Like, overperforming on tracking happens. Right. Overperforming by almost 100.
Yeah.
Like that's like hey, we think that a little gust of wind is coming in, and then there's a tsunami that comes in the next wow.
Yeah.
A hurricane. That's you know what I'm saying. Anyway,
natural disaster. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Go Pal. Also, digging the Doors quote. Keep on rising. Love the Doors. Love the movie, man. Oh, so good. All right. Daniel-san. Don't get your hopes up for season 2, Last of Us. If you play the games, you know why. Just be ready to be disappointed. There's a reason they canceled their 3rd game. Yeah, but I also think that they're changing stuff up. They're splitting it into 2. I don't think it's going to be the same kind of by the book that the first one was, and they're changing things up.
Yeah.
Mark Long, Wilma, I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. What's that from?
That's a Naked Gun.
It is?
Yeah.
I love that movie too. Go Pal. Unlike last month, I thought the first line was dig a little dynamite an hour ago. Turns out it's just got into town. Yeah.
Oh, he's doing the door stuff? Oh,
yeah, from Roadhouse Blues.
It's LA Woman. Isn't it LA Woman?
LA Woman? Oh, yeah, that's LA Woman. That's LA Woman. Just about an hour. Yeah. LA Woman. Yep. About an hour. Yeah. Brian O'Neill. Love this early start just after lunch in Ireland. Yeah, the UK peeps are
they're loving this.
They're loving this time. Okay, next one. Geek Lodestars. Are you guys watching The Studio? Yes, it's one of my favorite shows and getting to see behind the scenes of Hollywood movie making. It really is. To me, it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Entourage.
Yeah. I think that's a great comparison. And I loved the entire series is great. I enjoyed it. Jeff felt that the second half of the season isn't as strong, but I disagree. I enjoyed the second half just as much as the first half because of where they went with some of the characters, especially Seth. So yeah, and dude, Ike Barinholtz. I mean, I gotta say,
he's good.
I have not always been the biggest fan. I've always felt he was kind of they were all knockoffs of Ryan Reynolds. Him and Dax Shepard. They felt like knockoffs of Ryan Reynolds. But Ike is really good in this series.
He's good in this.
People need to talk about him more, man.
He's really good in this, and Catherine Hahn just proves why Catherine Hahn's so good. She's so good. And I'll tell you who's really good also in one of the episodes too is Anthony Mackie.
Yes, he is.
Mackie is great.
Oh my God, yes,
great. It's really good.
Howard episode. It's great.
Yes. Grim Bear 13 was literally about to get via. Glad I waited. Yes, glad you waited too. Use that code.
There you go.
I mean, I want Via on this show for the rest of my life. Brian O'Neill, Kristian, it's time you grow up and accept the truth. Neither Kendrick nor the Mad Hatter started Mustard. It was the March Hare. No, March Hare didn't. I guess he brings it up. But Mad Hatter is the one who made it famous.
Mustard.
The Mad Hatter brought it up after the March Hare said, Mustard. Well, don't be silly. That's different. But I guess it is. Look, be careful. Just let's not curse out of nowhere. I'm sorry that I did that. No more cursing, okay?
Cock.
Hey, no, don't say that either. Come on,
Roxy.
Okay. Brian O'Neill. Thank you so much for that one. Go Pal coming back in hot.
Wait.
Rokish Jack Black, hey is the version of Fat Albert that gets greenlit by Gibson, Voight, and Stallone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, exactly.
That's hilarious. Zeus Fleming. Morning, gents. Morning here in LA. It is early.
Yeah.
It is early.
Yeah.
Okay. Nerdy Mastermind. John, you said on the hot mic on Friday it was desperate for Warner Brothers to put the Superman sneak peek in front of Minecraft. After the Minecraft box office, do you feel differently?
I did not say it was desperate. We said they're getting desperate, and some of the things they're doing are trying to get people excited. It so frustrates me that people go, here's what I said, and then their minds, they go, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. I'm going to spit it out completely differently and remove context. We said that they were getting desperate, and they are, to get people excited about it. Putting it in front of Minecraft is an element of that, in that, all of the stuff they're doing now, they want people to be excited. So yes, putting in front of Minecraft was a smart move because people now are liking it. But if Minecraft had crapped the bed, would people be saying now it was a really smart move, or would they be saying, oh no, what another dumb move by WB to support Superman? So we were saying across the board, not specifically this thing. So just want to make a clarification there, so.
Tiptoe Cloud. Kristian, you've sold me on Brandon Sklenar's Batman. His eyes would kill behind the mask. He's Batman. He's Batman. I'm telling you, like, dude, Even yesterday when we were watching, he's standing next to Harrison Ford, and he's like towering over him. He's huge. He's a big dude, but he's not just a big dude like Alan Ritchson big, right? He's a big dude, but he's not like you'd buy him as Bruce Wayne. And when he gets dark, the dude gets dark, and you believe he can kick your face in, right? But he also has that kind of thing of like you could see him as a billionaire. Like the dude is Batman. It's right in front of James Gunn's face. I really hope he watches the show. He's right there. And I'm telling you, if people haven't watched 1923, watch the show. It's only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They wrapped up yesterday. And tell me what you think afterwards, because I've gotten Tiptoe is not the only person. I've had like 5 or 6 people reach out to me and say, hey, because you keep mentioning him, I went and watched 1923 to see if you were out of your mind, and was like, you're not out of your mind. I mean, I still am out of my mind, but just not with that.
Right.
Okay. Alex, what's up, Alex? The Tiana series was an animated series meant for Disney Plus that is now being reworked as a short. Worst part is they themed the ride after the show that they were developing instead of the film. Yeah.
I thought it was a live action, so it's animated. Okay.
Joseph Sanchez, I can rarely make live shows because of work. I listen all the time when I'm work. I just want to say thanks for the content from you both. Joseph, thank you for watching, my friend. I really appreciate that. That's very kind. Oh, look who's coming in hot. Really hot. Derek Johnson. I thought I was the only one who still gets up at 5 a.m. Support for the early risers. Well, that's huge support. Thank you, Derek. Glad to have you in here, my friend. Yes, so it's like I said, today was one of those early things. Again, almost over 800 people watching right now.
Yeah,
it's pretty great for early morning. I appreciate it. Joey Pedras, which actor surprised you by releasing a surprisingly good album? I liked Robert Downey Jr.'s album back in the day. I didn't even know he had one. You know what album I used to listen to was Bruce Willis's
The Return of Bruno.
Yeah, I loved that album. Under the Boardwalk. Do you remember that album?
Of course, I remember that album.
Great. He was smart. He did it right at the right time. John Cena had a decent album too.
Stop it.
He did.
I'm
a bad man.
Cena fans. People forget this, but Mila Jovovich had an album and actually had a hit song, an alternative hit song, The Man Who Fell or something like that. I thought she did a really great album back then. But yeah,
like Juliette Lewis, I liked on her song on Strange Days.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Armada, 9 Inch Nails on tour this year also. Ooh. I saw them in tour. I saw them in 95. I saw them in Florida.
Yeah.
Johnny Venerable. Video game movies are hitting, yet Lucasfilm refuses to adapt Knights of the Republic. But at least we're getting more Filoni animation. That'll fix everything.
Oof.
Yeah, I know. We got it. We'll see. I don't think they think that way though. But let's see what happens with the Shawn Levy and everything else. I don't know, John. Did you see I talked about this? Did you guys do a Jedi Way recently?
Last week. Yeah. What's up?
Did that trailer that came out for the new shorts and everything too?
Yes. Yeah.
I just it looks. People said doesn't look good. I said it looks good, but it's the same. It's just Filoni's characters again. It's the same thing. They're just now we're doing Cad Bane now and Asajj Ventress again. It's like who cares? It's the same stuff over. It's like there's a certain aspect of fans like I care. I want to see. It's like but don't you want to expand to more people and get like a new explore a different time period? You can use animation to really test the waters of what people are like, the way that Visions did. I think that they should be making stuff off of what Visions made popular as opposed to the Filoni stuff.
Yeah.
Visions told real stories, like really, really good stories and went to an adult thing. I think more Visions stuff should be explored than the Filoni stuff, but he's not going to do it because he has nothing to do with it.
Right. That's a good point.
Ellipsis 10. Yesterday, I took my daughter to a sold-out Minecraft showing. The film was average, but the kids in the theater laughed and cheered the entire time. Honestly, it was a heartwarming experience. I'll tell you, even the critic screening that I saw, there were a handful of kids there.
Yeah.
And I did hear there were things like, I was like, oh, this must, every time something happened, I hear, I didn't realize there was a post-credit scene. I left. I didn't see it. The post-credit scene that was the one I saw online that people lost their minds about. Yeah. RJ McReady, Snyder confirmed that Crypto is Supergirl's dog who's just visiting. Did he?
Did he? Because on the hot mic, he had gotten a message, and then I took the ball with that and ran with it and said that what I had been hearing was that Crypto is not his dog, not Superman's dog, which is why he's acting the way he's acting with Superman. So
Yeah.
I don't know if Jeff reconfirmed that on Twitter or on his newsletter, but he opened the door and then I took it from there on the hot mic. So maybe.
Dustin Mims, you think you could do a Tron reaction with Sam? I think it would be a good one with a new one coming. Tron, a regular Tron part 1 and part 2. Potentially, I don't think anybody on my team, whether it was Sam, my wife, or Tina, have seen the original Tron or the second one. So maybe. Goopy G, welcome in time for the show. I'm at full mast, boys. There you go, Goopy G. Have a blast. Dancing Dog 60. Will Mikey Madison use her Oscar cred on a big budget franchise film, or will she stick with the indie stuff? Is Mahershala Ali and Blade a warning? Nah, no warning. That was just circumstances. There are tons of people who did some stuff too. I think Mikey Madison will show up in the X-Men somewhere.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, sure. I like that idea.
Yeah. Buster Barnes. John, you're 54.
Nice.
Climbing. I feel like Crypto probably hasn't seen Superman hurt before. Also, I don't think Superman is his owner. Just my opinion, though. Guess we'll see. Can I point out an intelligent comment right here by Buster Barnes?
Please.
This is an intelligent conversation. This is an intelligent person who is commenting, who says, look, I understand what you guys are saying. I feel like maybe they'll take this into consideration. He hasn't seen Superman hurt before. Great point, Buster. Also, because I don't know. I don't see the beginning of the movie yet. I don't think Superman is his owner. Also, very interesting. Maybe he sees him, and he sees him with Karen, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's the dog. And the dog's he's able to summon him. If you need him, summon him. Great. Just my opinion. But the smartest part, guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Buster, thank you for being a smart human being and someone who actually, has intelligent conversation and doesn't just use Twitter when they're on the shitter, not realizing what they're doing and still have poops on their hands. Okay. Tristan Green. Good morning, fellas. I'm late to the show, so forgive me if you shared your thoughts already on Tiffany and Charlotte. Tiffany went in. Yeah, we did. We did talk about it a little bit beforehand. And, I think that what it did, I think John made excellent points. I think you got to be careful because what that locker room is now like behind the scenes. Who knows? Maybe they hashed it out already. I don't know. But it is getting people interested. It's the most I've seen anybody talk. The only matches I see people talking about right now, mainstream audience, Cena and Cody, CM Punk and the Triple Threat, and this match. No other match. The heavyweight championship matches, as we said. Where's that guy, John? Where is he? Where's the guy in the comments that was talking about how Jey Uso is going to be the main event and he's the main eventer? Where is he? Haven't seen him in quite a while. So are there any other matches that are? I'm not saying there's not other matches that aren't going to be great or maybe even really good.
People aren't talking about them.
There's only 3 matches people are talking about right now, and this is one of them. Okay. Top Dog RLG. Gunn's writing lacks the earnest and sincerity needed to truly capture the tone of a Superman movie needs. I'm worried after seeing the sneak peek. This is also it. I don't know if it lacks the earnestness and sincerity, because I think that Guardians 3 had that and then some.
People forget this is the guy who wrote the Yondu moment.
Yes.
At the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. By the way, I watched the last hour of it randomly last night on TNT as I was talking to my mom. And that moment is so beautifully laid out. That whole story over those 2 movies is beautifully laid out to lead you to that moment in the sky. So when you say that he lacks the sincerity and earnestness, I don't know what you're talking about, because that moment is one of the, top 10 moments in terms of emotion in the entire MCU. So that's a beautiful moment. So I have to disagree.
Scott D. Tron Legacy is the best I ever saw 3D in theater. Scott, you're right. The 3D was great. The 3D was great. It's a good call. That was right when all the 3D was going bananas. So I
bought it in 3D to have it on a 3D TV.
Great. Yeah, back in the day, right? Dancing Dog 60. Love Story was a huge hit in 70. The Notebook in 04. I think audiences would actually support a tearjerker love film these days. What say you? Yes, depending on budget and depending on cast and depending on story. Absolutely. In the same way that, look, John just mentioned that people are really hoping for comedies. People don't spend money to go see comedies, but they also have made these kind of comedies to go in theaters. They usually hit streaming platforms. So you make the right movie with I think a movie that was a tearjerker was the movie that just came out with Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield.
We Live in Time.
Yes. And I don't think a lot of people saw it. I don't think there was big marketing behind it, but that was a good one for sure. Zeus Fleming. I have a feeling Batman has already been cast, and I think we get a sneak peek in Superman. Snyder would have heard about
it. If that happens, they have not shown it at any of the test screenings, and it'll be a post-credit scene. But I don't know if that's true.
Snyder would have heard about it.
Yeah, true.
He would have gotten it. It's too big to hold. It's just Dancing Dog 60. Adam West had an album back in the 60s.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, Shatner. Absolutely. I should have said Shatner. That most recent Shatner album from like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. That's an incredible album. Incredible album.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay, let's see. And the next one here is Top Dog RLG. Is Roca a Yankees fan? Gross. Hey, not gross. Perfect.
We're both Yankees fans.
Yeah, it's the one sports team we can agree on, he and I.
It's true.
Great right now.
I've been a Yankees fan since I was 10 years old.
So no, you have.
Skip me with the bandwagon crap because I lived through the shitty 80s of the Yankees.
Steve Sachs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dave Winfield.
That's right. A lot of
really
it's so true. I'm actually, it's funny because my Vivi made the softball team. And so we're thank you. So what we're doing is we're gonna do because like I've mentioned many times over, I'm not a Met hating Yankee fan. There are a lot of I just don't see the need in it. But like I said, I rooted for them in the playoffs when they were, and I was hoping that we were going to get a Subway Series. And I think it actually benefited the team to lose Soto. To be honest, I think we're better without him.
Yeah.
And it's easier for me to get to Met games. I'm going to the Yankees versus the Mets at Yankee Stadium with my friend in May. Right. But if I'm going to take Vivi to see a baseball. She's never been to any games in New York yet. So we're going to go. I'm taking her to a Met game. We're going to go. They're going to play the Cardinals. We're going to go check that out.
I mean, the Mets are like PLD compared to Roca's the Yankees. That's what it is. The Mets are like, you pat them on. Nice try, kid. Nice try. Nice try. Basically,
poor PLD. Poor guy. He texted me this morning. He's like, I think you scheduled the show by accident at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
and I didn't get a chance to respond to him. Dancing Dog 60. Have you all seen the original Phantasm film?
Oh yeah.
Not until recently, but I did.
Oof.
Yeah, not until recently. Yeah. It's really good. Jim 1. Rumors are that Alfonso Cuar3n could be directing Bond. Jim, where were you?
Yeah, we talked about it, Jim.
Jim came in late. Yeah, it was one of our stories today, Jim. He pretty much, not only was a rumor, but he looked like he confirmed it.
Yeah.
Top Dog RLG. All Guardians movies had some big emotional moments, but overall, he doesn't allow scenes to breathe and be serious. Always a quip or a gag. Also, let's go Mets. Hey, stop that. So, I don't necessarily disagree with what he's saying there. I think that there are some times that Gunn does let comedy get in the way of emotional moments. I understand that gripe. I really do, because it was one of my biggest problems with Guardians too. It's like he does, like, Gunn uses humor a lot, and a lot of times his jokes are funny, but sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know, you could have let that scene breathe. I don't disagree with that, but I don't think it's in a way that is a detriment. I thought it was Guardians 2 for me. I've come around on. But when I originally saw it, I'm like, oh my God, everybody is funny. I get it. Like, let's go. Let's get some real moments here. But I don't know. I think he's going to hit this. I think he's going to hit it.
I mean, if you watch Peacemaker and you watch Cena's emotional moments in that series, especially the one where he's like beating himself up so hard alone in his room, and I think the second episode, crying, there's a joke that comes in later because what's his face is peering into the window. But he balances it well because that's his approach, letting you dive into the emotion, but not letting you sink into the emotion, so that there's a joke that follows that alleviates a little bit of the darkness you could walk into. He opens the door to the emotional darkness of his characters, but then quickly follows it up with a little bit of a lighthearted joke so that you're not, you're not fully diving into a serious approach to it. So, I think his approach works for the right stuff. I don't know if it'll work for Superman though, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed. There was one that we missed earlier that didn't go through, but it's Hayden says, can you imagine the studio style bidding war that started Monday morning in Hollywood over the Fortnite movie rights? Execs will be going crazy. There's no world where the Fortnite movie rights have not already been taken. Like I said before, the second a game or a movie, second a game or a comic book or a video game does well, it's bought. Sometimes sometimes they buy based on the author. They secure the rights on books before they even come out. because they want, because they oh, this could be a science fiction, we own the rights. I mean, you know how many books and options are just or rights for books are just sitting away at studios because they were bought right away and then couldn't find a take on it, and they're just sitting there. Happens all the time. So there's no world where Fortnite's already not taken. Now, the meeting of, hey, Minecraft just did well, we have Fortnite, let's get somebody in here to write script right away and get right and get it moving. Now that's probably definitely happening. Dancing Dog 60. Imagine if the Dodgers move back to Brooklyn. Well, that's how we get Winston to move to New York, right? He's a big Dodger guy. Winston's a big Dodger guy. So, you want Winston to come back, you move him.
Perfect.
Cobalt, is there a movie you went into the theater not expecting to get hit so emotionally by? Lion got me. I mean, I'd probably say, one of my favorite movies of all time because of the emotion is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, I think that's a great one.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's easily in my top 10.
Yeah.
And I would say the same thing about Braveheart, which is also in my, if not my number one. I remember when Braveheart came out, Braveheart we thought was going to be like a Conan the Barbarian type of movie, and it was anything but that. I was not expecting that. I remember taking my ex-girlfriend to see it at the time, and I remember her. She's like, I don't know if I want to see this. Halfway through the movie, she's yelling. She's like yelling at William Wallace to get on the battlefield to help his people out. Like it was absolutely, to me, those two. Yeah, you?
I agree with that. Yeah, no, I agree with those. I can't think of any right now off the top of my head.
Peacemaker is 99.9 of people bickering.
So
yeah, but that's the movie. That's what that movie is. That's what that show is.
See, the Top Dog, we're presenting points, and you are dug in, and that's the difference, right? You just said it's 99.9% bickering, which is a ridiculous statement to say because it isn't. There's a lot of emotion that's going on between the father and son. Robert Patrick and Cena have some pretty powerfully potent scenes discussing their relationship, and you can see that he has abused Cena or Peacemaker in raising him. So that's not bickering. That's like legitimate emotional stuff going on between a father and son, but you're not going to give ground. So see, when you have a back and forth and you're not willing to look at other points of views and concede, this is where it becomes kind of exhausting. You're so adamant about your point of view.
Dancing Dog 60. Tarantino should do a GTA or a script at least. I would love to see that. Grand Theft Auto by Quentin Tarantino. Do you know how much money that movie would make?
It'll be, I think Michael Bay is the better choice, but Tarantino would be an incredible choice for that. I agree.
It'd be great. Simon Section. What's up, Simon? Part 1. Tron Ares, or as my TV watching generation would call it, Automan the movie. So who's playing his sidekick? Cursor, Paul Giamatti? If you guys don't know, the TV show My Heart is Broken. I don't know it, but I will say that Paul Giamatti will not be in it because he's busy playing something else.
Motherfucking Batman! Well, let me address this. 2, 1, how dare you insinuate that either of us don't know Automan? I have the Automan DVD sitting in my collection here. I remember Desi Arnaz Jr. played his companion, and the guy who played Automan is the guy who originated one of the princes in Into the Woods on Broadway for Stephen Sondheim. So please don't come at us questioning our knowledge of Automan. And do you know Manimal? That's the question I need to ask you, Simon. Yeah.
That's what I heard. Paul Hitchcock. Wait, so the Mets shit in the Yankees hats? No,
because they'd miss that too.
That's good. Joey Pedras. I would make the case Creature Commandos had plenty of emotional moments. It did. Yeah. He did a great job. Even making Weasel's story was great emotional. Great point, Joey. Great point. There's a lot of great emotional moments in it. He does. The problem is that he just does throw so many jokes in, and they're funny, that it does overpower it sometimes. It does. But he hits a lot of emotional moments.
The Bride story had a lot of emotion.
Yes, absolutely it did. Absolutely did. All right, John. So at the moment, we are done. Okay. If people want to throw anything else in there, they can. I'm just kidding. Dancing Dog 60, Man from Atlantis, and Lucan. Don't forget them.
What? Now we're getting way past Christians.
I don't know what's going on. You see, that's the whole point. See, this is Pernell Governor, isn't Weasel some kind of child code? You didn't see the show.
You didn't see the show.
You didn't see the show. So I would watch that episode, and that will answer your question.
Yeah.
All right, John. Thank you so much, dude, for joining us here today. Again, where should people find you?
You can find me at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. But my YouTube channel, please come over there and subscribe. YouTube.com/John Rocha Says. It's the Outlaw Nation there. See all the stuff we got going on, like trailer reactions we have today. But then Geek Buddies, Hot Mic, Jedi Way, Spill the Tequila, all that happening throughout. Plus my live shows and my own movie reviews that are going on there as well. So please head on over to YouTube.com/John Rocha Says. Thank you. And the Cinephiles, my podcast that's out there as well. Thank you, Kristian.
Wait, don't leave yet. Don't leave one more. Now we're at they want to keep us on the air now. So hold on. Now there's a bunch of them coming. So there you go. Simon Section, part 2. Speaking of TV shows, John, do you know that Kristian hasn't seen the TV show of The Equalizer? He wouldn't know the actor who first played him if he was wearing 2 planks of wood on his head. Facts. I don't know if that's true. Let me see if I would have played. I don't think that's true. Original Equalizer.
It's Edward Woodward, I think, who played the Equalizer, the British guy.
So the answer is, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't know who that is. All right. So there you go. 100%. Okay. Ewok, speaking of Braveheart, are you a fan of Rob Roy with Liam Neeson and Tim Roth? I think it's fantastic, and it ends with an incredibly realistic duel. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember watching it when I saw it a long time ago. Did you like that one, John?
I think it was a fine movie, but it wasn't good or great. I do love the duel at the end, though. Tim Roth is an amazing villain in that movie. I just feel like the Rob Roy of it all gets a little heavy-handed. So just like his Michael Collins movie, it gets a little heavy-handed and doesn't quite nail.
Don't you dare talk bad about Michael Collins' movie.
Oh my God, please. Julia was horrible in that movie.
Stop it. Top Talk RLG.
Mary Riley.
Stop it. Someone can have an opinion that doesn't give ground to another opinion, and that's okay, as long as it's respectful. All love, even for Yankee fans. Yes, I agree with that, though. He's right. I agree. I agree.
I disagree.
I agree. If you don't see that your point, if you're keeping your point on one particular thing, you don't feel that the other person has driven you from that point, it's okay to dig your heels in, but sometimes
I think the smarter way is to say, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I think this.
Sure.
But when you're making 99.9%, you're no longer dealing with a legitimate back and forth. It's now what is it? You're being over dramatic, and I think that's where it becomes an issue because it's not 99.9%. That's a ridiculous number to throw out, to say that's all just bickering when you've had those emotions going on. Plus, what's her name? The Daniel Brooks, I think is the actress's name, who has issues with her mom. That's coursing throughout the whole show. Where's the bickering in that? So, it's not just bickering.
70 questions for John here today. Good start on a Monday morning. I like it. So, John, thank you again, my man. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on Wednesday with Sean Chandler.
Sounds good, man. Thank you, guys.
Later. All right, John Rocha here today, guys. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate everybody who, not only for John Rocha showing up early, but thank you guys for showing up and being here with us. They're very kind for you to be here early. If you're watching on replay, please go and check out our sponsors. Let them know that I sent you. As I mentioned before with other sponsors, we want to keep these people on board because we want to keep this show going. I'm able to bring in more guests. I'm able to have more people here, be able to do more things, more reactions, all that stuff too. And you guys are the ones who make that possible. So thank you. Really appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow with myself and Roxy. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Yes, I said Roxy.
Talk.